Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here. It is Thursday. If you haven't got a copy of the Sagersville Independent, get one if you can, please. Also, of course, if you don't want to get out, can't get out, go to our website, SagersvilleIndependent.com, or you can type in YourNewsToday.com. Doesn't matter. Takes you to the same place. And we are putting a link, you'll find it there, to the full PDF high resolution version of the entire newspaper, as we are also doing on our new website, which, even though it is still a work in progress, is live as of today for the Big Sandy News, thebigsandynews.com, where you can also find this week's paper, its top stories, and then a full PDF version of it as well. So we encourage you to do so. Stay in touch with all of our local news and information. And tonight, of course, a great deal of that on the program, including an arrest of a Sagersville man who's accused of beating and holding against her will a female victim, pistol whipping her. They've also been serving a search warrant in his residence here in Sagersville for the past 2 days. We'll also talk about how it was a bit out of sorts in regards to how it normally works, but Commodity Day for our seniors was a big success today. A lot of folks wearing masks, but working really hard today. And from a distance, I have some, of course, video and a few words. We'll get to those in just a few moments. Real quickly, no positive cases of corona as reported by our Public Health Director, Pete Shepard, today. That brings McGoffin County down to one of only 14 counties out of the 120 in the Commonwealth without a confirmed case of COVID-19. We are all, of course, hoping it stays that way. I don't know if anyone is really expecting it to, but still, down to 1 out of 14. So keep that in mind. I wish I had the time to spend, as it is deserved of it, in regards to the protesters at our state's capital. Of course, as I was watching that and trying to get that report to you last night, they were drowning out the governor as he was making other important announcements, including, as well, of course, the update on deaths in Kentucky. A lot of small businesses represented and protesting, saying that it's time for the governor to get small businesses back open and to do it now. After which, or you may have seen last night, he simply said now is not the time. The only remarks that I will share with you on that on a personal level or any otherwise is a lot of those protesters were wearing masks, protesting to open up small businesses and otherwise, and that seems to be a little counterproductive. I'm not quite sure. The governor did say, however, also tonight as he started his update that I'll have with you for you more detail in just a few moments, how some of those people saying, quote, those being interviewed at the protest, that quote, it sucks that people are dying, but nothing I or we can do about that. Well, that's the whole purpose of the shutdown. As painful as it is, a lot of businesses, I'm fearful, will not recover. The businesses that I have here, I'm also very worried about. However, it is for the safety of Kentuckians, I believe, that all these precautions are being taken. There is some good news starting to come out of the state and national level as to maybe a little light at the end of the tunnel. The president's set to make an announcement any moment if you're catching the 6 o'clock show, and I'll have a few of those details in just a few moments from there. That's all we'll go into, except to say that the governor has announced today that he is joining governors of Wisconsin, Illinois, Minnesota, and Michigan to closely coordinate plans to reopen the regional economies when the time is right. The governor made that announcement less than 24 hours after he announced he was working with governors from Ohio and Indiana as well to make a coordinated effort aimed at looking beyond the coronavirus 2019 outbreak, including at least 7 governors in that planning. We'll hope to have more from today's, of course, update in a few seconds. Governor DeWine of Ohio today says he is announcing that he has intentions of starting to open Ohio back up on May the 1st, saying that things will indeed be different, that they will be, of course, relying on health recommendations from the CDC, but that they are going to, at least in steps, consider reopening parts of Ohio on May the 1st. More on that in a few seconds. The Kentucky River District Health Department is confirming a Knott County case of COVID-19. There's the second case for Knott County. It's also an employee at the Hazard Walmart, which has been confirmed to be tested positive. Whitley County announced another case in the past 24 hours, that being their at least 7th. And of course, as I said, as of this hour at least, Magoffin County, one of only 14 Kentucky counties without a confirmed case of COVID-19. News out of Floyd County tonight is not an additional, while there has been, of course, additional cases. I believe they're at 7 or 9 positive cases of COVID-19 in neighboring Floyd County. A pedestrian-related fatality last night in 114, just outside the Prestonsburg city limits. The deceased has been identified as 39-year-old Leanne Shortridge of Prestonsburg, who was crossing 114 and struck a vehicle. No foul play or any charges expected or reported at this time. When I get back, we'll have our local headlines, including the arrest of a Sagersville man on serious felony and other charges. I'll be right back.
Hello, this is Maria Brayman, and I'm the Chief Medical Officer for Appalachian Regional Healthcare. And I'm here to talk about when you seek care if you're concerned that you may have the COVID-19 virus. If you are otherwise healthy and would not have normally sought care, then stay home, isolate yourself. And isolate yourself means stay in one room with one bathroom, and do that until you're symptom-free for 3 days. If you're experiencing symptoms and would otherwise seek care, then call your physician first. And the symptoms you might be experiencing if it's COVID-19 include upper respiratory symptoms, a fever of 100.4 or greater, loss of taste or smell, and occasionally GI symptoms or stomach symptoms as well. If you feel you need urgent care, then please go to the emergency room. And if you have any additional questions, you can always go to the arhcovid19.com website to answer your questions.
Creekside Stitching and Feed is the place to go for all of your custom embroidery needs. Shirts, caps, jackets, and more. And they've got the best prices on value pack dog food, blue ribbon beef mix, kickin' chicken, and shell and cracked corn. And premium quality gates, hay rings, and bunk feeders, plus metal carports and garages as low as $1,400 installed. For all of your embroidery, feed, and farm supplies, Creekside Stitching and Feed. 1 mile up Bear Branch off of Route 30. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction. 349-9999. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and Seasonal Shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the Seasonal Shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, or email at seasonalshop@yahoo.com. Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration with professional, licensed, and certified commercial and residential service technicians that can maintain and repair all manufacturers with new and old installation and financing available. Serving Magoffin, Morgan, Lawrence, Martin, Johnson, Floyd, and Breathitt counties. Magoffin County Heating, Cooling, and Refrigeration, 349-1058 or 225-6779. The last time this Sagersville man was in the headlines, it was for either an arrest and or an incident in which he was involved as he was cheering on the beating of his wife by his then girlfriend. Tonight, Adam L. Minix is in jail for severely pistol whipping and tying that same girlfriend to the toilet in his residence for hours. And for the past 48 hours, police have been executing a search warrant at his residence while he has been in jail. County and state police were back at the residence of Adam L. Minix on Route 40, just about a mile out of downtown Sagersville today, for the second day in a row after the sheriff's department responded to a local medical facility here in Sagersville this week, where the female victim advised them, that being medical personnel, that she'd been assaulted and held against her will by Minix. And after talking to the victim, those medical personnel said that she informed them that Minix had beaten her all night long and had tied her to the toilet with an extension cord from a curling iron and wouldn't let her leave. The victim also said that he had a revolver and pointed it at her several times and on a few occasions pistol whipped her in the back of the head and other parts of her body, dragging her through the house as well, hitting her stomach on a bedpost, while the victim is said to be some 25 weeks pregnant. The victim also stating that he threw things at her during this time, one of those being a glass cup which shattered as it hit her leg. So after that investigation began, Minix was initially charged with unlawful imprisonment in the first degree and assault in the fourth degree domestic violence. But police went back to his residence after arresting him, executing a search warrant, where they've been now for the past 2 days. And so far, authorities have located several parts to what is believed to be a chopped up, stolen Polaris, I believe, side-by-side, finding the motor, various other pieces of it as well, with serial numbers coming back to a previous case that was opened by the sheriff's department in regards to that stolen machine. They also found a bag of marijuana in Minix's bedroom and other drug paraphernalia throughout the home, as well as several handgun magazines and several rounds of ammunition. And in a recliner in the front room, they found a loaded .38 revolver. All of these items discovered during yesterday's search, with reports still pending as to what, if anything, officers found today. Now, in addition to the unlawful imprisonment and assault charge, Minix is as well charged with assault in the first degree, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, receiving stolen property, $10,000 or more, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession or use of a radio that sends or receives police messages, and criminal mischief in the first degree. He remains lodged in the Big Sandy Regional Jail. On a normal commodity day here in McGoffin County, it's a big job with an always need of volunteers, and with its usual place of distribution at the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center being too small for them to social distance and distribute commodities at the same time, they, as I told you earlier this week in announcing, moved the distribution to the McGoffin County High School, perhaps for the foreseeable future. And it was going really very well today at the high school, certainly in a different setting, but just as, if not more, effective.
Compared to your normal operations, I mean, it's a struggle.
It's a struggle anyway, but this is going pretty quick. Having these guys here that's able to lift these boxes and put them in the car has been wonderful.
We're talking about a waiting list that is 245 people long, with only enough food to hand out 216 boxes, but 216 boxes nonetheless, each weighing about 35 pounds or so, each packed with 12 or 14 different food items, however many there is. It's work. I've only done it a couple of times with Andrew. We volunteered, and enough to know that, man, it is a job, and they always need more volunteers. Today, well, they had a bunch, and man, were they thankful for them, as everyone in the community should be. We'll try to find a way to thank them and recognize them later on if it's possible. But they had this running like a well-oiled machine earlier today. Seniors or their representatives or families lining up, staying in their cars, getting their boxes, and getting gone. And it was a really nice sight to see.
Today we're having them put their name in the vehicle and they're just holding the names up so we can check their names off and they don't have to sign for their box. And we're telling the guys how many boxes go in each vehicle and they're pulling up and the guys are putting them in the vehicle.
Has the process gone very well considered? How has it gone?
It's gone pretty quick. You know, when we first started, we had like 10 cars waiting, and we told them not to come till 1 o'clock. But once we got them out there, it's been pretty smooth. We've not had a whole lot of people back up, maybe 5 vehicles at one time.
Now, just in general, how are your seniors doing?
They're not doing good. They keep telling me, I'm tired of this. I want to see my grandkids. I'm tired of sitting at home by myself. And I understand that because we miss them. We miss them at the senior center.
Are you able to do anything else different to help them with, or in that regards? Is there anything, is there any other different procedures?
Well, they won't let us transport them. We can't be in the vehicle one-on-one with them. But if they need groceries, they can call us. We can come and get their list and we can take it to them. We can do their censuses. If they haven't done their censuses, they can call the center and we can do that. It don't take 5 minutes. Calling and checking on them pretty much every day. I guess they're getting tired of us calling. But we're still doing the meals out the window and doing the Meals on Wheels.
Before our governor, in just a few seconds, over 2.1 million people around the world have tested positive for the coronavirus. 140,000 deaths have been confirmed. The United States with nearly 650,000 cases and 31,000 deaths as of right now, leading the entire globe. The president, at any moment, if he hasn't already begun, to begin a news conference where he was expected to announce some new guidelines, possibly allowing some states to maybe start to ease those stay-at-home mandates. Meanwhile, in money matters and unemployment, another 5.2 million Americans filed unemployment just last week. That brings the total number to 22 million. That's worse than the Great Depression. 115,000 people in Kentucky filed last week, 117 the week before. We now stand at almost 525,000 unemployment claims here in the Commonwealth. And the $350 billion Paycheck Protection Program, which has saved a lot of businesses, at least for now, is out of money just 13 days into it. And an unknown number of businesses have been unable to get those funds as of yet from the Small Business Administration through their or a Small Business Administration approved bank. The SBA issuing a statement today saying they are currently unable to accept new applications for the Paycheck Protection Program based on available appropriations for funding. They are unable to as well enroll any new PPP lenders at this time. So small business owners cannot file any longer at this time to get that assistance during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is expected they're going to add more money to that. There are a lot of proposals from the Democrats, largely a proposal to essentially give everyone $2,000 a month for the foreseeable future, the next several months in regards to the crisis. Host of other proposals that are on the table, so to speak, and a lot of other different plans to continue to bolster the already existing stimulus package. So far, none of those are concrete, and none of those appear to be very, very imminent at this time. We're hopeful that will change, and we'll announce it for you soon. Real quickly, just to let you know, those wet markets, which have been the blame for the source of COVID-19, well, were just that. They were made to place the blame on in an effort to draw the blame from elsewhere. There is mounting evidence that we are reading today from all over the United States that COVID-19 actually started in a lab, intentionally studied there, not as a biological weapon, but right now the federal government believes that the Chinese government was trying to just basically prove that they were smarter than the United States and could outdo the United States in a lab in this regard, and then let that virus literally walk out the door in an individual that, of course, had it and transmit it throughout Wuhan into that wet market area, blaming the wet markets as a result to try to cover up their tracks in what is being called one of the largest government cover-ups ever. We'll see how that pans out. Well, let me take a break. We'll see what our governor has to say in just a few moments.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Hey everyone, you have to check out our pet of the week. This is Christine, and Christine is a wonderful little girl who's looking for a forever home of her very own. So you might want to consider making her a part of your family today. Right now is a great time to get your new furry family member acclimated to its new home, and cats and dogs make the best friends in the world with unconditional love for everyone. So if you're looking for a new best friend, Christine might just be the one. The adoption fee is only $50, and that includes spay, rabies, dewormer, and flea treatment at the Johnson County Animal Shelter. Our pet of the week, sponsored by Dr. Tom Abel of Able Eyes in Lexington, who wants to remind us all to stay safe, stay home, and his office will be back open before you know it. Times have changed. Now, and suddenly, more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe wants to remind you that you can call ahead, prepay, or drive through, and rest assured that we are taking every precaution possible to keep our customers and our employees healthy, happy, and fed. And thank you for your patience and your patronage during these most difficult times. And to help make them a little easier, we're offering $5 off our 16-piece family pack and 20-piece family pack meal deals. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken any way you like it, and all the sides to feed all the family, all $5 off. All you need is the coupon out of this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent, and they're giving away free issues of the Sagersville Independent with every purchase. It's that simple. Only at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by for huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. With tonight's update from our governor, a noticeably quieter setting and surrounding. The governor began by referring to his expanded partnership with other and neighboring states in slowly reopening, which I mentioned his plans earlier in the program briefly. He also referred to still working on and implementing more testing, more facilities coming online. With those also, he expects tomorrow to be a significant day as far as the increase in new cases is concerned, because there will be a larger number of tests which have been done with all the new labs coming online, stressing that we are still in the upward trajectory of the COVID-19 pandemic here in Kentucky. He stressed that repeatedly throughout his update, hoping that Kentuckians will continue to take their current shelter-in-place, social distancing, all other mechanisms of being healthy at home very seriously. He also announced in his new cases today one involving a small child.
Total number, and some hard news today. One of our new cases is a 10-month-old baby in Lincoln County. So let's think about everybody that's a part of these numbers today. Let's think a whole lot about that little kiddo. Let's think a whole lot. As the dad of 2 kids, and one that was born in some distress. I remember I didn't breathe for about 2 minutes. Let's make sure we're sending all of our prayers and all of our thoughts to that baby, the family, and let's make sure we lift them up in every way that we can. Our new cases by county: 20 in Jefferson, 18 in Warren, 17 in Davis, 11 in Jackson, 7 in Muhlenberg, 6 in Boone, Graves, and Henderson, 5 in Fayette, 4 in Greenup, Hancock, Kenton, and Russell, 3 in Bourbon, Boyd, Callaway, Floyd, McCracken, Ohio, and Woodford counties, 2 in Butler, Knox, Pendleton, Pulaski, Simpson, and 1 in Anderson, Ballard, Barron, Bracken, Campbell, Garrett, Grayson, Hardin, Jessamine, Lincoln, Martin, McLean, Montgomery, Nelson, Oldham, Rockcastle, Union, Wayne, and Webster. And we've got 3 that we still need to replace. So remember, it's everywhere. Just because you don't have a confirmed case in your county, we got to be down to just a handful. Doesn't mean that it's not in your county. That's why we are all making the sacrifices we are, and because everybody out there is treating it like it is in their county. That's why we are flattening the curve and how you are protecting people. And let me say to all of our local leaders out there, all of our county judges and our mayors and our magistrates, thank you. Thank you. Your aggressive action. You know, sometimes people talk about my aggressive action, but your aggressive action has saved lives. And when we are through this, we know we'll have saved thousands upon thousands of lives based on your leadership and the sacrifice of all of our people.
Beshear went on to announce that we are nearing the 30,000 mark in regards to the number of Kentuckians tested. He also had to again today announce the passing of more Kentuckians. 7 more people have lost their life to COVID-19 since his last update. Also, some information coming from the White House almost simultaneously as the governor's President Trump set to announce some states will be able to reopen per their data-driven analysis. He was expected to announce at 6 o'clock that some states would have to remain sheltering in place, but some other states possibly could start to reopen in small steps before April the 30th. New guidelines to be issued by the White House. I believe the president making those comments in that statement as I speak. So with that said, I'll have that on tomorrow night's program. Now let's go on over to tonight's Licking Valley RECC Outlook, which is looking a little better, glad to say. As for the rest of your Thursday, partly cloudy skies, a low above the freezing mark at 35, glad to say. And a light northwesterly wind this evening, maybe up to 10-15 miles per hour at times, but not too bad. But definitely another cold one tonight that will start us off in the mid-30s tomorrow, on our way to about 66 partly sunny degrees for your Friday. Now, with that said, we do have a 30% chance of showers on your Friday, but this is mainly after 3 o'clock or so. So, sunny start to your Friday, and only a 30% chance of some showers in the latter afternoon. Winds going to be breezy again, this time out of the east, southeast, 5 to 10, 15 maybe on average, maybe gusts upwards of close to 30 miles per hour. With this setup and scenario giving us the likelihood of showers as Friday evening arrives. A low of around 40 degrees Friday night, winds still out of the west or so, a little bit milder during the overnight, but shower chances increase to a full likelihood at 90%. We might see 3/4 of an inch of so, between a half and 3/4 of an inch tomorrow night of rain. Don't need it, but it's on its way. Sorry. Saturday, those showers will linger, but only briefly into your weekend. Showers are likely up until about 8 or 9 o'clock Saturday morning, and then we're going to see some cloudy skies through mid-morning, and then we'll see clearing skies and a little sunshine and about 56 degrees on your Saturday. Winds still breezy, still out of the northwest, up to 15 miles per hour at times, but those shower chances look to be very early, and then sunshine, slow getting here, but to get here, at least partly sunny for the rest of your Saturday, and then mostly clear skies by Saturday night with a little patchy frost as we get back down into the upper 30s. And then Sunday, the sun's gone, mostly cloudy, and shower chances roll right back in to the tune of 50%, daytime highs of 64, and a low Sunday night of 45. Monday, a 20% chance of showers, but the sun comes back 60 degrees that day, mostly clear, and 41 Monday night. Tuesday, sunny and 66. My apologies. Wednesday, partly sunny and hitting that 70-degree mark that we've been looking forward to, but we're falling back down to the upper 60s with some showers by Thursday. And that's going to do it for this evening's show. We'll wrap up this week. We'll probably sit down with a few of our officials and do a recap as we get ready to leave you for the weekend, which is not looking all that bad weather-wise, so be sure and join us then. And if you haven't had a chance, pick up a Sagersville Independent. Nothing like holding that newspaper in your hand. And if you can't do that, go to our website and just check out the free PDF version in high resolution and simply just scroll through. It's larger than life on your screen or device or what have you. And there you can see everything that's in this week's paper. The front page story about our local, our McGoffin County man, a physician at the very heart of New York City, fighting the COVID-19 pandemic is certainly worth the price of admission and then some. So we hope that you will, that being, of course, a metaphor, we hope that you'll check that out and give that a read as soon as possible. And I hope to see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today. Thanks for watching.